project dashboard, select Project Settings from the navigation tree on the left. There are 5 tabs in the Project Settings section. The first is the basics. This is where you have your project name, the owning entity, the brand and group, if it's a hospitality project, any insurance documentation, a photo of the project, coding used for purchase numbers, then some toggles to indicate which type of project and which automation options you've selected. The project is a CapEx project, where you're entering capital requests instead of contracts and change orders. Please check the CapEx toggle. If you would like to disable vendor collaboration for your project, select the record keeping mode checkbox. That will disable vendor collaboration when that is checked. If you would like to automatically approve every capital request or contract as soon as you press save and disable the approval workflows, select automatic commitment approval. If you would like to disable the approval workflows for invoices, select automatic invoice approval. And if you would like to auto number purchase orders based on these configuration options here, the project code and the purchase order number start, select auto numbered purchase order. Those are all the options available on the Basics tab. The next tab is the Address tab. This is very simple. It's the address of your project. If you need to change this, make any changes here in the Address section. Third tab is Approval Chains. To enter a new approval chain for your project, click here to add a new approval chain. River allows 4 approval chain types: invoice, draw, commitment, and budgets. You can designate the type of approval chain you are entering, name that approval chain, and press save. Once you've saved an approval chain, you can add users to that approval chain. We'll cover approval chains in a separate training. From the Collaborators tab in Project Settings, you can see every user that has access to this one project. These users could be members of your organization or third parties you've invited to the project. To invite a new collaborator on your project, select the Click Here link, enter in the email address, and give that user a designated role. Project Manager role can view and edit records. A viewer role can only view records, cannot edit records. Viewer roles can approve if they're designated on an approval chain. And finally, Report Configurations is the last tab in Project Settings. You can set your local time zone for the timestamps on your reports. You can select or unselect components of your draw report and reorder those components in terms of how they show up in the compiled draw report PDF. You can toggle your invoice annotation for the commitments. What this will do when this is checked is it will put the description and the purchase order number of the contract or capital request on every invoice when that invoice is included in a draw package. You can toggle whether to display or not display 0 rows in your reporting. Frequently, 0 rows are suppressed in reporting simply to reduce the report size. Finally, there are configuration options for the draw report columns, column names, and filtering of individual codes. All of that is done here in these report options: project cost report, account code detail report, and invoice register. You can customize the headers. You can reorder, display, or suppress columns, and you can retitle and rename the columns as they're displayed. We also have advanced filtering options where you can filter the reports to only display codes with a certain naming convention.